friend Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. This is the new release from Foghat. It is entitled Sonic Mojo. It's their 17th album, and I admittedly have not listened to Foghat in many, many years. I stopped buying. It's one of the very few bands that I don't have everything from. I haven't bought. I can't even tell you what the last one I bought was. It's probably somewhere in the 80s is the last Foghat album I bought. I haven't listened to anything since then. Not that they're like anything that I dislike at all, but they're one of those bands that I don't know. Have anybody out there have like, the same thing happen to them? The really most popular song from a band is your least favorite. So they had like Slow Ride and Fool for Your Lovin', or not Fool for Your Lovin', Fool for the City, and those songs just never really did much for me. In fact, Slow Ride, I really don't like that song at all, so it kind of steered me away from these guys, and I've had that happen with other bands that I've grown to like later on because their biggest hit was something I didn't care for at all. And I do have several of their albums. I remember buying some of the stuff on vinyl when I was younger, and they were always good, and didn't dislike them at all, but nothing from these guys really ever stood out as something I really wanted to listen to or put on all the time. So unfortunately I just never really collected much of their stuff, but I saw this was coming out and I'm like, you know what, I haven't listened to these guys in a really long time, I'm going to check this out. So I got it and listened to it a couple times through already and some looking it over, and I realized that the only remaining member from the original lineup is Roger Earl on drums, and fantastic drummer, does a great job here. I got Brian Bassett on guitar, so I guess has been with them for quite some time now, but I haven't heard anything he's done up until now. And we got Rodney O'Quinn on bass, and we got Scott Holt on vocals and guitar. And basically, this is a really good album. It's really good. One thing I didn't realize is how many cover songs these guys do. There's 5 cover songs on here, and basically what this all is a lot of blues, rock stuff. Even the originals are just blues rock. Nothing wrong with that. Every song on here is really kicks butt, really good. The guitar playing on here is great. I mean, I'll give them super props for the guitar playing. I could listen to that style of guitar playing all the time. However, the tone of the guitar, the first thing that popped into my head was from like late 80s, early 90s, the guitar tone that like Blue Oyster Cult used, and they're like those albums in that era. It was like Club Ninja really has that style sound, and like Molly Hatchet had that tone where it's like they bought a guitar rack and they had to use to process distortion sound off that guitar rack, and that's kind of what it sounds like here. So the production on that just kind of flat. So unfortunately, that just like I don't know how to word it, except that it just kind of like didn't really invite me in to listen to it. It doesn't have, you lose a little bit of the personality of the playing, I think, when that happens. Unfortunately, these guys like kick butt, and it takes away the personality of the fact that they really can play. And the vocals are decent. He stays in his lane, doesn't explore anything outside of the realm of blues rock, which is fine. The analogy I was thinking of as I was listening to it, it was like if you're watching like some type of road trip movie and the family or whatever stops into a bar that they don't mean to, and they're sitting there at the bar and this is the music playing in the background while they're waiting for something to happen. Like everybody's shooting pool, something's going to go down. Well, this is the music or the band playing in the background. Fortunately, nothing really stood out as anything I haven't heard 50,000 times already. It's a blues rock. If you like that style of music, you're going to like this album. It's a fun listen, but they don't do anything different than any other band doing this style of music has already done. It's kind of, I was like finding myself thinking, a couple of these songs sound like the later Eagles type stuff, when the Eagles were getting a little bit more mellow, like that country rock. And like the very last song reminds me of like maybe something Little Feat would have done. I don't know, just that chicken picking type of stuff there going on, and it's all done really well. If you like slide guitar, the slide guitar in here is amazing. Great slide guitar playing all over this album, so that's really good. And like I said, I don't dislike this at all. It's something I think if it came out, before there were so many other bands doing the style of music, this would have stood out above the crowd. Unfortunately, I've just heard it so many times myself that it's probably not something I'm going to go back to a lot. Although, if you like the style of music and it's something you're looking to add to your collection in that vein, this is for you. This is what you're going to want. So, anyway, that's just my first thoughts on this. And as always, welcome your opinions as well. And if there's something maybe I should check out that's a little bit better than their catalog that I haven't, always feel free to recommend that. There's probably some other people out there that's in the same boat as me. And like, share, and subscribe. And still, I like this kind of music, so I want to keep this kind of music alive anyway. I just wish they had done something a little bit, I don't know, a little bit more, give it a little bit of twist or something. But this is a straight ahead rock and roll. So if that's what you like, this is for you. We'll talk to you on the next one, though. See ya.